Hello and welcome to my first podcast. This is Kath Ede and I'm a self-publishing author, or at least I hope to be. At the moment I don't have any novels which I've self-published. I have very small following of just a few, and I I do have Substack, I have Wattpad and Patreon, and my own website, caffeine.blog, which I am uploading a free series up to. And the intention behind uploading the free novel to my website and all these other platforms was to gain a following. And that's been a very slow effort at the moment. Plus, I have noticed that I've become inconsistent. The reason why I've become inconsistent is because I have realised that I don't work in the way of that kind of organisation. So, for example, over the last week, I have been writing up a short story which has ended up being 21,000 words at the moment. And this is before I've edited it and checked for continuation issues or anything like that. This is just the skeleton of a story at the moment. But it emerged in my mind just out of nowhere, really. I was writing a blog post, and within the blog post I was questioning apathy and what would happen if we stopped believing in the mainstream media and the information that was providing us. Would it make us apathetic? And if it did make us apathetic, how would that have an effect on our society? And with that questioning, I managed to create a book, a story, and a short story at this point. So what I came to realise, in that time, I was supposed to upload another chapter of my ongoing free book, Arrest. And I never managed to do that because I was concentrating on this other short story. So I had to decide, I'm now deciding, should I be focusing on capturing followers through free uploads of chapters, or should I just go for it? I do have books which are ready. Well, they're not ready for uploading yet, but they are edited, and they don't have a book cover or that kind of business, which I'll need to add before I upload it for self-publishing. But my questions now have become, it seems like I'm needing to change my method. Uploading weekly won't be consistent with me, because if I have an idea for a story in my mind, then I need to get that down on paper before I forget it. And I was able to get this story down on paper in 1 to 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks. That meant that all other jobs which I was doing with regards to my website and trying to engage with people, that sort of went out of the window. I'm not very good at social media either, so I'm not going to be particularly good at gaining followers and marketing myself. I'm really going to struggle with that, with my self-publishing, if I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be consistent because I'm not going to be able to necessarily upload on a weekly basis, because if I have an idea in my head and I need to get it down before I forget it, then that means that I'm going to be inconsistent. So anyone who's following me with the hope that I would be consistent is going to feel very let down. So I've realised that it's probably a bad idea for me to market myself as a free weekly chapter, because that's just not necessarily going to happen. It's something that I hope to do, but it's not going to be something that I can necessarily do. And then that leaves me with this situation where I just have to upload my book without any followers to Amazon or whatever other platforms I choose to use in the future. And if I don't have a following, how will people feel about buying my book? So this is why I was avoiding uploading in the first place. I thought, well, I'm not sure that people will want to purchase my book as an unknown author. So maybe I should go and find a following first of all. And I've come to realise that I'm not going to be consistent enough to do that. So I'm going to just have to go for it and upload to Amazon, which to me is quite an intimidating thing to do. I see that as an enormous step, and it is intimidating. It's quite frightening. So I'm wondering if other people who might hear this have ever done that, especially if you've had no followers in the first place. How did that work out for you? Did you gain followers because you uploaded books to Amazon and then they started to follow you because they enjoyed your books? I mean, that's what I would hope for, but I'm just not sure whether it works that way. And I suppose that's the interesting part of all of this. So yeah, I'm interested in other people's experiences, what it is that you've managed to succeed in, and how did you manage to succeed. I look forward to your comments. Thank you very much for listening.